everybody. Hello, this is Big Bad Game-a-thon 2018. I'm Brosencha here to carry you away from that fantastic run. Oh my gosh, I loved, no microwave man, unfortunately. I got Google. Go Google some microwaves, okay? In fact, you'll probably find some very interesting images if you search Microwave Man. Up next, we have Cards of the Heart playing a game called Touhou Puzzle League. Now, I know literally nothing about this game, but it says it's L hard, which I assume is even more difficult than, like, B hard. By the way, I've had so much fun during this marathon so far. I've been amazed by how many people have been around, and I am just thrilled at the absolute reception here. So, Lunatic Hard, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I will pass it on over to Cards of the Heart. Best of luck. Go kick some booty.
Well, hey guys, how's it going? This is Cards of the Heart, and welcome to a world of MS Paint art, stock photos, and royalty-free music. And to help me describe some of this content to you guys is a fellow Puzzle League series speedrunner BB Forky. How much are you looking forward to this one, Forky?
I'm looking forward to this a lot. I basically just have a lot of the Puzzle League knowledge on my hands, so I'm going to be learning a lot about the lore, as much of you guys in Twitch chat are going to.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Like there are Touhou characters here, but it doesn't really rise up to the level of a Touhou game, and there's barely enough functioning as a Puzzle League game to make it a Puzzle League game either. But I'll be sure to show you guys just how special this is after a while. And fact this game is pretty much in alpha. It's oh, hold on. Trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna fix something really quick.
Okay, that's better. Had the wrong layout loaded, but we are definitely in there now. So what I'm going to be showing you guys today is the story mode, and in fact, the story mode's so good you can actually have a CPU play through it for you. But I'm going to try to play through it as best as I can. Now, you can see on the screen here we have 4 difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard, and V hard, and that's kind of an artifact of an earlier version of this game. There are actually 6 on the screen. There's a S hard highlighted right here, and then there's a level that's kind of unique to this game in L hard for Lunatic Hard, because you cannot have a Touhou game without a lunatic difficulty. So that should give you some idea of how hard this game is going to be. Oh, and also you can actually move this cursor completely off screen. I can actually keep going down and it'll keep going further off screen, but I don't know what it's going to pick, so I'm not going to let that happen. All right, got the cursor back. All right, so who you're seeing here is the Touhou series protagonist Reimu Hakare, and of course she's going to be tasked with solving whatever problem this game poses too. So I think with that in mind, we'll go ahead and get this one started. So the problem of the day: the sun has been in low spirits lately. I'll try to show off as much of the dialogue as I can, but I gotta go through a bit quickly. But this English translation is probably the best part of this game. Yeah, it's rained so much in the world of Gensokyo, I mean the Styx, that there's a river you gotta go across to get to all the opponents. First up is the ice bluffing fairy, Cherno. she often says that she's the strongest, but she's just an idiot. So probably not gonna see too much of her, hopefully. So if you've seen Tetris Attack, if you've seen Pokemon Puzzle League, you have a pretty good idea what this is all about. But if you don't, if you haven't seen a game like this before and don't know what's going on, and it's kind of easy to get lost with what's going on with so many things happening on the screen, let me turn it over to my Puzzle League friend Forky, who can explain some of the basic mechanics of how this game works.
Yeah, for sure. There's several games in this series, and this one is no different. It's basically a match 3 at heart, but there's a couple different things you can do in between. And so, as you can see on Card's screen most of the time, he's looking to match clears like one after another as they fall into place, and that's what's going to be called a chain. And that's your basic thing of sending garbage blocks to your opponent. So you want to do these chains over and over, and sometimes you can clear 4 or more in a row, which is called a combo, and it'll send those smaller garbage blocks. So that's the main core behind this game. Cards is going to be doing that a lot throughout a lot of these stages to top off the opponent, but there's a little bit more to that as you're trying to kill these opponents too. A really hard concept to explain to people who aren't familiar with the game, but it's called stop time. And basically every time you do a clear, chains and combos and stuff, you get this imaginary time that you don't see on the screen that delays how long you can live for. But we'll explain that more as Cards can maybe talk a little bit about this lore, which I'm sure you guys want to hear.
If you are familiar with Touhou games and Puzzle League games, the plot's not much to speak of. There's a bunch of rain. There's a bunch of rain. Oh, sorry, the sun's in low spirits. So Reimu is tasked to figure out what's going on. And poor Nazrin here, her antenna got a bit wet as a result of all this rain. But don't lose heart, boss. I'm gonna try to point out the special lines as they come along. So next one is another Shrine Maiden, Sanai. What's she doing? The fortune telling with sunspots. That is my new thought. Yeah, girl, you play it too? This game is just so special. So yeah, the stop time phenomena. Explain, Forky. Why don't you explain the lose condition that this game has? This doesn't have much of a win condition, but it certainly has a lose condition. Like Sanai just took the L there.
Yeah, for sure. This game in specific is like very special compared to the rest because stop time is like relatively still a smaller amount of time. You could only get up to like 3 seconds in total, depending on how big your chain does. But for some reason, when this game was made, it just is so generous on the amount of stop time it gives you. Basic clears, I believe, give you up to like just 2 seconds of stop time, and you can do like just a 1 chain or a 2 chain, and it gives you 5 seconds. So if the opponent is just somewhat capable of making clears, they have all this generous stop time to keep finding more and more clears on the screen, and typically they just don't die at all.
Yeah, this is sort of the #1 problem with speedrunning this game, and really just trying to play this game in general casually. So one of the things I try to do to minimize the stop time my opponents have access to is I try to send a big enough chain at the I was trying to make a mix of combos and chains to most efficiently get through these foes, but well, unfortunately Yukari here is getting some chains that I don't like to see, so could be here for a while. And oh, well, never mind. Okay, all right, we'll take that. And ooh, I'm making holes around my favorite places because Yukari has a thing with manipulating barriers. So doing a thing like a mole. Wait a minute. she's officially a mole. All right, and Alice Margatroyd here can't predict the weather very well. In that case, I do purification for you. Just full of nonsense plot lines like this. So yeah, as was alluded to a little bit before, the loss condition of this game is that when your stack reaches the very top of the screen, you have a little bit of time to react before the game tries to push your stack through the top of the screen. And if that little timer reaches 1 by the time before you're able to get anything going as far as chains go, you just lose. So it's about avoiding that as much as possible. And there's another little form of AI manipulation that I tend to do in these stages, which I'll get to as soon as I get through this busy reporter Aya Shemimaru. In 2012, the Earth reaches its last day. Learn to report the truth. I'll just take away your paper. Alright, so yeah, Aya is using all this colossal rain as an excuse to world. And well, Reimu doesn't like her doing that, so gotta set her straight. Again, these are just fairly nonsense plots that both of these series, Touhou and Puzzle League, are a bit known for. Now one of the things I do try to do to manipulate this AI just a little bit is that I found that these opponents really don't know how to handle themselves when they've got nothing but panels on their side. When they're dealing with garbage, they generally know to lower the stack and try to clear that garbage as much as they can. But after a while, I try to send small little pieces of garbage, and when the opponents clear the garbage by making a match against it, transforming every single line of the garbage into normal panels, then they don't know what to do. I'm not sure why it works, but I'm glad that it does, because anyone that's seen speedruns of Pokemon Puzzle League certainly have seen how random those CPUs can behave. And this game's no different, mostly because there are also 16 stages in this mode, just like in Pokemon Puzzle League. So that should give you some sort of idea for how long this might go. In fact, that's one of the reasons I have a very, very generous estimate for this run at 40 minutes. My best for some perspective is a little under 24 minutes. Let's see here. Is there anything else to talk about right now? I think I'm just waiting for Patchouli Knowledge here to take care of herself. I've got the AI manipulation set up, so that's not too bad. Alright, and next up is Yomu Kampaku, the ghost which you can touch. Which I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with a ghost you can touch. She's half phantom, not half ghost. She's afraid of ghosts. It's just a bit weird. You scared me. Was it Reimu? What's wrong with you weaving all these fog? Don't say it like I did. This translation is special. Fact, this game actually has three. Wait, is it three? No, it's actually 5 different language translations. You can play this game in Japanese. You can play this game in English. You can play this game in Chinese. You can even play this game in Thai. you know, like from Thailand. It's a bit of an unusual choice for a game, I think. Even for one that's very much Asian in nature. But this game is just a bit. This game is just a bit weird with its translation. It's made very clear very quickly that that the developer did not have fluency in English, first off, and secondly, just did not have access to anyone with fluency in English in order to have someone proofread this. But I do want to show off as much of the dialogue. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I say I want to show off as much of the dialogue as I can, but oh, I got the glitch. Game's glitching. Okay. Alright, I've got a real problem here. This happens sometimes with this game. This is one of the other showstopper things about this game, and this is literally a showstopper, because you may have noticed all of the sound effects are gone. All I have is background audio, and if I'm lucky, I will only have to deal with broken dialogue from this point onward. But if I'm unlucky, this game will crash, and I will have to load a different password that I have prepared just for this occasion. Let's see here. Oh, it happened again! Oh crud. Another side effect of this glitch is that your controls all get bound to one particular key. I can never figure out which key it is, so to remedy that, I have to press F11 on my keyboard in order to reset the key bindings. Oh my goodness. This is the only way this run could ever go. So hard to keep this game running without the game crashing like this. And alright, now it's just the dialogue that's broken. Alright, I gotta skip the dialogue, move on to the next stage. Which apparently has the wrong opponent loaded. But no, what I need to do at this point is quit, force a password to save, and then I need to restart the game. Also say hi to the dog that represents the EXE icon for this game. See more of him later. Alright. It's not smoke from a bonfire. No, it's not. Alright, now we go to one of the more popular characters in the series, Marisa Kirisame. Hi, you got some job again? What was it? Ooh, star-shaped item. That looks fun. Not for you. I'll not give it. Reimu, did you steal Kirby's Warp Star? Is that what's going on here? Did you steal Kirby's Warp Star? Gonna have to let her know that that's a bad thing. But while I do that, I will point out that most of this game is supposed to have a panic track that plays when your stack gets to the very top of the screen to let you know that, hey, you're gonna lose if you keep this up. You're in danger. But starting here, some tracks just don't have any panic track to speak of, so I actually have to pay a little bit of attention to my stack of panels to make sure that I'm not topped off in any circumstance. So this is another one of the big dangers with speedrunning this game. It's kind of a bummer on the casual experience too, because this game has impeccable musical taste, if nothing else. But yeah, this this stage does not have a panic track with it. All right.
So when you've done runs of this game, Cards, how often do you run into crashes?
Like 80% of the time. This is not the most stable game. This game's pretty much an alpha. So that will happen. And hey, we have reached an antique shop. You find plenty of things from Earth here, like you see in the upper left, you might find that Donkey Kong barrel. There's a Neo and Geo poster. One of Kirby's Maxim tomatoes in front of the door. There's a clay Mario sculpture. A Donkey Kong TNT barrel poster for the Nintendo 64 disc drive. And there's also a trap of sorts with mushrooms underneath it. I don't think that'll be important. But hey, we might be able to find tools about the sun here, so we'll go to the buying shop with Renosuke. And well, of course, his shop's not doing well, so he's closed. So we'll have to tell him to open the store, because we need answers. We need answers, dang it. We actually had some audio issues a little bit earlier. Welcome back, Forky. Hopefully you didn't miss out on too much. You have any thoughts about this game so far?
Yeah, luckily I got to watch a little bit from the back seat there, but man, it's interesting so far, especially with that last scene that it showed. Just, you know, all the Nintendo stuff, definitely important to the lore of this game.
Oh yeah. This game has plenty of references with it too. In fact, if you paid close enough attention in the previous stage in Marissa Land, you would have seen Mega Man E-Tank too. Like there's just so many fun little references. And this is about the point where the game starts to get a bit weird. And about reaching the point in the game where the characters are going to get weird too after this stage. There's a secret about Renosuke's shop that not even Renosuke knows about. So we'll get to find out about that right now. Alright, you took a day off, we're coming in. And wouldn't you know it, Yukari made a tunnel underneath the shop. And the shop owner had no idea. And yeah, now we're gonna start seeing some really weird characters. First off, a chicken! Chicken of Paradise, Nakoruru. I don't think it's any relation to the Samurai Showdown character. But yeah, as you go through these stages, these opponents get faster and faster. So expect all of these stage times to have a lot more variance on them.
Yeah, and that's mostly due to what we described earlier with the stop time mechanic, since these opponents are so much faster. And I'm sure you saw it at the end of last stage. On stage 10, the opponent was just swapping mindlessly for like 5 seconds and would not die, even though not doing any clears. So give them a little bit of an opportunity to clear a little bit faster, and yeah, Cards is probably going to be in for a good haul for a while.
It's gotten so bad that I've considered taking a page from the Pokemon Puzzle League playbook and considered reset strats for this game, considering how much stop time these opponents get from a basic chain. Like once they get started, they're just not going to stop. So I would not be too surprised if I ever did more runs of this game that I reset the stage to hopefully get a good roll where the opponent doesn't chain. Oh, this chicken is low on garbage. Alright, I may need to start making a bigger chain here. And I'm relying on the opponent's garbage to do it, which is
interesting that you mentioned reset strats, because in like the Puzzle League series, a lot of the story mode runs each kind of implement a different set of strats. And is there anything that you have kind of tried to find to manipulate here at the end, or is it kind of just like a guessing game when they're going to die?
I've tried to do a bit of a backup strat, but I'll explain later. But now we've got a cat. We got a real form. Let's see, but I have no choice. I'll show it for you. Now we got a cat. And I don't think it's just any house cat. I think this is the developer's house cat that he put in the game. I don't know why this cat's here, but wait. Is that cat barking? Am I the only one hearing this? Is that cat barking? I think it's barking. I think it's a barking cat, guys. I'm not sure I want to mess with this thing. Yeah, the voice clip might be based a little bit on the developer's dog, who also makes an appearance in this game. You'll see later on. I told you this was the part where the game got weird. Now we're just seeing weird characters. I mean, I can't even remember how many characters exist in the Touhou universe now. But this game kind of took from the bottom of the barrel and just barely scraped the barrel of characters. So like I was saying before, I did try and figure out some form of AI manipulation where I send like little garbage blocks to make sure that their screen ends up being filled with panels after a while. And like, these opponents know what to do when they have garbage on top of them, but when they don't and their stack is completely full, they run into a few issues. So it's about the only thing I found to make these opponents remotely bearable. Let's see here. And unlike speedruns of other Puzzle League games, feel free to spam as many 4 combos as you want. So this game does not go by the time-honored conventions of garbage blocks from 4 combos falling right next to each other. The garbage will stack of its own accord however it wants, and it generally goes in your favor. So feel free to send as many little pieces of garbage as you can. I mean, in the very beginning of the match, I will try to send a big enough chain with the combos I make to fill their stack, hoping for one of the quicker kills. But after that, I'm trying to make my garbage as small as possible. Oh, is this gonna be enough? It's too bad I can't do any fancy mid-air switches with this game. That'd be pretty neat. Alright, next up, we've gone from a house cat to... Wait, we got a room for guests? Oh hey, it's Kabuki Theater! We got Ebizo, one of the renowned Kabuki theater actors in Japan, and decided that he wants us to play a match. And I'm gonna be quiet for this one. I love this music. Not the panic music, but this other music that sounds like it's from a visual novel. I often play this game with the sounds replaced with Touhou soundtracks, but I keep that one in because I find it so catchy. But yeah, these opponents are getting faster and faster, so much harder to top them off. I'm also trying to be careful about sending too much garbage, because I don't want to send more than what this game can handle and lead to another crash. Well, the game didn't crash on me this time, but it usually will. So I have to be a bit careful. I'll only send as much as I need to to survive. But yeah, these opponents do move faster, but they don't really move all that fast. So they're not that great at making chains, but they don't have to be, considering how generous the stop timer is with this game. Alright. I think that's the last of the really weird characters. You stay in lodgings for the night. This shop will be live if you team up with that one. No, I can manage alright. Alright, so, now we're back to a Touhou character. Sort of. The person who gathers record, Rika Shichine. She's actually holding a record of the sun. So, her information will be really helpful, but Rinka's not a Touhou character, per se. She's actually from another Touhou fan game. I believe it's an RPG, a strategy RPG, called the Touhou Fugyoseki, I believe. And no, this developer did not develop that game, so it's not that kind of a self-fulfilling insert fic. So yeah, even the Touhou fandom is not safe from this developer's pilfery. Alright, we're getting about close to the end here. Also, something you might have been able to notice at various points in this game for you astute Puzzle League fans. You can actually raise a stack while panels are still transforming. That is not a normal property in most of the series, but it is a property known as exploding lift in some of the more obscure titles. Okay, just want to make sure my audio did not glitch out there. But yeah, it's usually a hidden option in the games that have it, but here it's on by default. So I have no choice but to deal with all of the ramifications that come with that. Oh, good. Actually, decent Rinka stage. I usually don't have good Rinka stages, but I got a good one there. Alright, what else have we got here? Oh, suddenly we're in Tokyo. What? We just left the sticks, and then now we're in Tokyo. Uh-oh. That folding fan belongs to someone very familiar to Yomu. Alright, everyone's favorite ghost friend, Yuyuko Saigyoji, is in here. She's in danger, gotta find her. Welcome to the adventure portion of the game. She spawns in one of 3 random locations. Oh, hey, here's the dog! And there should be a purple man coming out here, unless I'm too late on that. Yeah, again, there he is. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but there we go. Now, here's the ghost which you cannot touch. What's with you? You're just about to disappear. Things such as ghosts do not exist. Respect yourself! Oh, this translation is so great. I hope this marathon doesn't stray further away from its suggested PG-13 rating with these suggestive sounds that Yuyuko's making here. Also, the music sounds a bit suggestive to a point too. Makes me wonder if this game's actually work safe. Who knows? Who knows? But since we are close to completion here, I guess I should shout out this game. Just Google Touhou Puzzle League. You will find it on GeoCities. No, I'm serious. GeoCities is still alive and well in Japan for reasons, and you can find this on the developer's GeoCities website. And yeah, if you are a Puzzle League fan, if you are a fan of weird games, then I would say that this game is worth an experience. It's not worth a play. It's worth an experience. Let's get that right. This might be so weird, Forky. Maybe you would prefer. Would you prefer this over Game Boy Tetris Attack?
Oh god. I don't know. This is definitely interesting, and I don't know the value that Game Boy Tetris Attack actually has. I think I'd rather take the experience over the headache that is that game.
Oh man, look at this shade. This guy. This guy with the shade.
Dude, forever in the Game Boy Tetris Attack hate club. Sorry.
Dang. Well, I guess I know what game I'll be focusing on next.
I'm more in all trying to, as a person who's played like a lot of the games in the series, I've been studying the AI, and I'm just curious how they program this, because there's a lot of times where they go back to the same 2 panels and swap them 3 times back and forth, go away for a little bit and come back again.
Yeah, it's safe to say that this is not super well programmed, but I have fun with it. And Yuriko, I think, had enough fun. Alright. Why did you come for a walk in such a place? I couldn't get used to the atmosphere here. Not a ghostly place, so alright, we're done here. Everything's normal. There wasn't a real problem with the sun. But everything's fine now. Oh look! Something was caught in the trap! What do we have here? Fairies that exist around there. What's that supposed to mean? Fairies that exist around there. Well, anyway, these are the 3 fairies of light from the Touhou game Great Fairy Wars, and they're the final boss of that game and serve as the final boss of this game too. So this should be a little bit of a treat. And yet most of the foes in this game, this is not super challenging. I mean, there's definitely a noticeable increase in speed. I can at least see that, but there's not much of a challenge from these fairies. Aside from that, let's see here. I have not topped these fairies off, have I? This is the #1 problem you run into trying to speedrun these games. You will invariably get into a situation where you are stuck trying to send enough garbage to fill these opponents' stacks, while they are trying to make combos and chains of their own, and you just get into a vicious spiral. So if there was ever going to be a stage that I reset in this run, it would probably be this one, because of how poorly I started it off. In fact, I'm actually getting a little tight on the garbage too, on the panels too, so I need to remember to raise the stack as much as I reasonably can, so that I don't get myself pinned down. Which has been a thing that's happened before. Because even this game can catch you off guard if you are not prepared for it. There is certainly a lot to be prepared for. Okay, there we go. Woo! Alright, that's done. Alright, somehow that got underestimated even with all that. And when this is all done, I stepped on a cat! And something made a noise over on the left side. Ah, this is a weird game. This was a weird game indeed. Everybody hide in the shelter! Eh? We should ask for help, frankly. Who talks like this? We should ask for help, frankly. Who says things like that? Alright, we had no manners to speak of today. What? No manners to speak of? Now then, everybody break up. Gather around here tomorrow again. I'll not be short of items from my diary. And what on earth are you up to? Just playing with dear little fairies. Further details, don't miss tomorrow's event. But this event won't be going on tomorrow. This is the only place you can watch the Big Bad Game-a-thon. This is the last day of it. You'll pay for it! Pay for what? Alright, with the game all done, Reimu can finally take a rest at her shrine, and at least this run was deathless, so that's good to know. So Forky, any final thoughts about this game?
I'm just glad I could stick around for this ride and experience this with everybody else. I'm like, I think I will have to agree with you. It's an experience, and I definitely am going to play this at least one time in the future. Probably only once, though.
only once. It definitely deserves to be experienced at least once. So yeah, that will do it for this forever unfinished PC game. So I think with that in mind, we can turn it over to the Dragon Dark block with the Surf Ninjas and Karnov. You will not want to miss those games. Those are bad in their own spectacular ways, like this one. So make sure you guys tune into the rest of the Big Bad Game-a-thon.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the